Hello everyone, I am Jay Waghani, and today I will deal with existentialism and nihilism, searching for meaning in suffering in Long Day's Journey into Night. This is my academic details and presentation details, table of content. A research question: how does Long Day's Journey into Night explores existentialism and nihilism through the Tyrone's family suffering reputations of trauma and failure of communication? Hypothesis: Eugene O'Neill's Long Day's Journey into Night presents deeply existential and nihilistic vision of human suffering, where characters struggles between the search for meaning and the acceptance of life, inherent meaninglessness through addiction, regrets, and existential paralysis. The Tyrone family embodies the tension between the desire of transcendence and the incapable weight of the past, ultimately ultimately suggesting that suffering is both binding and alienating, with no clear path to redemption. Introduction to the play and context. O'Neill was a pioneer American playwright known for bringing psychological depth and realism to the stage. Longest Journey into Night is widely regarded as his masterpiece, written in the early 1940s and published posthumously. It is a deeply autobiographical play that explores addiction, guilt, and family dysfunction. Set in a single day, it reflects O'Neill's personal struggle and offers insights into American life and identity in the 20th century. So in this slide, I will going to explore existentialism and nihilism from the play Long Day's Journey into Night through giving example of Tyrone's family or all characters. The Tyrone family is trapped by the past. As we know that Tyrone family, so all characters are living in a past, unable to find meaning in the present, reflecting existential despair. Mary retreats into morphine addicted and memories to escape reality. Mary is addicted to the morphine in this play, and she was also live in a past. She says that the past is the present, isn't it? It's the future too. Edmund experience a fleeting moment of truth, but also long for escape through death. In the play, Edmund was ill. That's why he was also he was different than other characters in this play. Because all characters are wants to escape from past and escape from different difficulties of life from through addiction, morphine, and everything. But Edmund is go another way. He's like poetry or art. The fog was where I wanted to be. Jamie represents nihilism, confessions. He tries to destroy his brother, hour of jealousy and breathness. Symbols like fog, darkness, and alcohol reflects isolation, disillusionment, and the collapse of meaning. O'Neill's portrait a world where love, hope, and faith are replaced by regret, denial, and existential emptiness. Tyrone's family's shared suffering. Tyrone's family is portrayed as a deep, dysfunctional unit bound by addiction, blame, and emotional pain. Each member suffers. James was miserably and emotionally withdrawn. Mary was addicted of morphine, and she was like a mental, and she's living past. Jamie was drink alcohol, and he is also difficulties from guilt. Edmund was ill, and he suffered from tuberculosis and emotional sensitivity. Their suffering is shared but unresolved. Each person both causes and feels the pain of the others. The family lacks empathy, support, and communication. As you know that all are repeating all dialogues again and again. There is no communication, trapped in conflict and emotional breakdown. O'Neill's presents the Tyrone's family as a modern tragic unit consumed by regret and unable to heal, held tied to the past and each other's suffering. Mary, Tyrone, and escapism. Mary was uh, escape from past or difficulties through morphine and addiction. Mary uses morphine addiction and nostalgic memories to escape the pain of her reality. She was also using her past memory, like she was happy before her marriage. She identifies the past, her convert days, the lost dream, and repeats. The past is the present, isn't it? It's the future too. This dialogue she is repeatedly speak. It's connected with her before her marriage. Her Daniel of Edmund's illness and her husband's fault shows her avoidance of painful truth. Fro- Fred's psychological example explain her behavior through the idea her unconscious desire overpower reason. The fog symbolize her emotions retreat. Uh, it hides you from the world and the world from you. Mary's escapism reflects her deep psychological suffering, tragic retreat from reality through addiction and memory. James Tyron's and fear. James Tyron's fear and emptiness. Materialism and stability. Tyrant seeks security is property and wealth. Tyrant was always says about her property and everything, and he is always trying to save her money, his money. Fear of poverty. His fear drives his obsessions with material possessions. Emotional portrays. Paralyze, emotional paralyze. He materialism prevents personal growth, resistance to change. Tyrone avoids confronting life's absurdity, impact on family. His wealth focus mindset harm family's relationship. As I was early says that he was a save money and don't focus on his family. Edmund and the search for meaning. Edmund Tyrone represents the existential core of the play, searching for purpose in a world of emotional suffering. He uses sublimation fruits theory to transform pain into poetry, reflection, and philosophical thought. I was also mentioned this that he was focused in poetry. Unlike other families members, Edmund seek more than escape. He seeks understanding and peace through imagination. He is both a witness and victim of family's dysfunction, mirroring on himself. Edmund was reflect O'Neill himself in this play. Edmund's struggle in the spiritual journeys, search for meaning beyond addiction, illness, and emotional silence. Jamie and self-destruction. Jamie suffers from intense self-loathing, guilt, and failure, classic signs of negative self-evaluation. He uses alcohol to numb emotional pain and frankly subterfuges himself and others. As we know that in play, Jamie was once Jamie was escape from reality, and he was using alcohol to escaping all pain. His confessions of trying to ruin Edmund shows inner conflict and emotional collapses. Jamie's self-destructive actions reflect a deep fear of independence inadequacy, and emptiness. Jamie's downfall is driven by unresolved guilt and desire for punishment, making him a tragic symbol of directed emotional damage. Repetition, time, and the absurd. Uh, the Tyrone family repeats the same arguments and regret, showing trauma as a cycle, not a journey. In the play, all characters are doing repetition in dialogue, and also they don't make communication better. Time in the play is a circular, not linear. The past haunts the present, and the future brings no change. That all the characters are live in a past. They can't don't even try to stay in present or future. Represent stating living room, mental times, and dialogues reflects emotional stations and existential paralysis. Alcohol, morphine, and Daniel serves as a escape from time and reality, deepening the absurdity of existence. The fog symbolize confusion, fading hope, and the characters retreat from clarity. O'Neill's transformations time into a trap, repetitions into suffering, and life into a quiet absurdity mirroring the existential condition. Language, silence, and incommunicability. Character speaks often but rarely connect emotionally. Speech becomes a barrier, not a breeze. I also mentioned this that they are not communicating well and repeating all dialogue. Grammatically errors. She don't. I say Rottener show educational and emotional limitations. Phonological shifts that Mary is speak use AP rather than happy. Reflects internal disappear and self alienations. Inconsistent speech symbolize emotional fragmentation. They talk but don't truly communicate. Silence in the play speaks louder, making guilt. Daniel and deep emotional represents. Uh, O'Neill shows how language fails under emotional pressures, making silence the true language of suffering. The sea as a symbol of existential longing. The sea represents a freedom, mystery, and escape, contrast to the tyrant's family's emotional confinement. Uh, sea is as a symbol, like Edmund is also connected with this, and Mary is also connected with sea. Edmund connects with sea as a space of cosmic unity and peace. Uh, that he is connected with sea and symbolize the peace of him. It symbolizes his longing to escape suffering, time, and identity to be part of something infinite. Uh, Intertextual links to heart. Karen highlights the sea as a space of beauty, death, and emotional truth. The sea becomes a symbol of existential transcendence, reflecting Edmund's search for meaning beyond the physical and emotional world. The role of fate and free will. The Tyrant family appears to make choice, but their lives are shaped by addiction, trauma, and social forces. Fate dominates through Tyrant's poverty-driven fear of loss, Mary's morphine addiction, Jamie's emotional damage, and Edmund's isolation and illness. Sociological theory shows identity is molded by both personal pain and outside pressures, limitations to true free will. The family represent destructive patterns trapped in a cycle of inherited behavior and emotional denial. O'Neill presents free will as a illusion. His characters act, but their fates are already written by past wants and social forces. O'Neill's autobiographical existentialism. O'Neill reflects his own life through the Tyrone's family. Um, Tyrone. Uh, he's a alcoholic father. That we know that O'Neill's father was alcoholic in real life, and his mother was also addicted to morphine and all. And Edmund is a mirror himself. Uh, the family suffers from identity crisis, addictions, and guilt, hallmarks of existential disappear. Drinking and Daniel replace meaning. Each character lost touch with their true self. Symbol like fog and repetitive speech show confusion, isolation, and a lack of free will. The fog is also connected with O'Neill's life. O'Neill turns his own family trauma into existential tragedy. Where addiction erodes identity and life becomes a search for a meaning in a midst of regret. Conclusion. Eugene O'Neill's longest journey into night is a powerful exploration of existential despair, families, dysfunction, and struggles between fate and free will. Through deeply personal and symbolic storytelling, on O'Neill's portrays a family trapped in the cycle of addiction, regret, and miscommunication, mirroring his own life experiences. The play's use of time, repetitions, and symbols like fog and sea highlights the character's search for a meaning in a indifferent world. Ultimately, O'Neill presents a tragic vision of a human existence where past wounds shape the presence, and escape from suffering remains just out of reach. Here are references, and thank you. Any question?
Jay, my question is how does O'Neill's contrast materialism and artistic sensibility through Tyrone and Edmund?
So O'Neill is connect materialism with Tyrone because he was only focus on his money, and he don't care uh, about his family, and he also plead poverty to doctor. And On the other hand, Edmund was uh, trying to escape with art and poet. He is gone through with the way of poetry and artistic.
Hey, my question for you, how does O'Neill show that the past controlled the tyrant's family?
As we know that in play all are doing same things, and repetition all dialogues again and again, and like Mary was a her past before marriage, and she was and also Edmund was also uh, addicted, uh, means he was also okay. Jamie was blame his father, and Edmund was hopeless because of his illness.